Hello there. I'm Wesley Sewell. I'm a client of the Atlanta Holistic Family Law. Yeah, I was having leading towards a divorce with my wife, and it wasn't going well. But I did get served papers, and I did need to get representation, and so I started looking into family law offices in the Atlanta area. I used the internet and was looking under Atlanta family law offices and reached out to a few and didn't really feel like I was getting the responses that I was hoping for, and then found Jeanette and the Atlanta Holistic Family Law Center. Well, I have to say, I was immediately responding to the word holistic. I wanted the process to be as holistic and thoughtful as possible. And so I hoped that they would live up to their name. And I will tell you, they certainly did. No, not at all. Matter of fact, I found it to be one of the most welcoming and thoughtful groups that I had engaged with. Excellent. Well, there is a number of people. I think one of the best, parts. The initial thing I was with Holly Casey. I had an initial, I guess, assessment. I don't know what it would be called, but man, that was awesome. I mean, the interaction I had with her, the ability to sort of tell my story and to have it be heard and felt like understood and respected, and they were ready to help me out. It was such a great initial experience, and then subsequent meetings with Jeanette were just as awesome. It was an incredible relief, to be quite honest, to find all of that and to feel that responsiveness was wonderful. One of the things that I really also liked so much about once we engaged and I was on the portal, on their website, right away there's something called the onboarding guide, and it was great. I mean, that was so great. It just gets to the nitty gritty of it, and it tells you straight, like in very descriptive forms. And just that was so smart, because being someone who's going through all this and don't do this all the time, you don't know anything about what to expect or how things go. And to have that way to kind of understand the process in broader strokes, but things where she's like, don't tell, if you have skeletons in the closet, tell us now. I mean, really just honest, straightforward, helpful guidance right there in an onboarding guide. That was fantastic. They got exactly what I was hoping for. To be honest, she was ready to fight for more. It was myself who was satisfied and settling with that settlement. So I was very, very happy with the results that we got. It's going to be, as Jeanette knows, it's going to be very tight on me. I'm trying to do as much as I can to give to, my family. And so we were able to get to a place, and I was worried that we weren't going to. It was like an 8-hour mediation or more. It was crazy long because the opposing counsel was fighting hard, and I didn't know if they were going to come up with a deal. In the end, they relented, and we had a very amenable deal, to my opinion. And even though, Jeanette was offering up some other options that we could go back in with, I was like, I'm good. I got this. And I'll make this work. Hard to say, but my best sort of response would be that, the moment I found Jeanette and her team, just the great relief that I'd felt that like I have someone who understands me and is on my side. That it was the most important thing. And so now that, we're in the process of getting the final paperwork done and we're doing, waiting for the judge to sign, I feel like there's we've accomplished the goals. But if something comes up, if anything would come up from this point on, I feel I have a great place to go to for their help. And I think that's the best results or what I can feel is how the future can go. Is that there's that sense of someone to fight for you if necessary. And she's awesome. And I would call right away if anything did come up. Get to a lawyer as soon as possible. I mean, seriously, like it was, in my situation, I did not expect to get served. I had worked out some kind of what is it called? Temporary separation or some sort of a trial separation with my wife, and thought, this could be a year or two before we would actually decide that divorce is the step we're going to take. But then I got served papers within a few weeks, and I was shocked. And immediately was the question, like, I guess that means I need a lawyer. The truth is you do. And the sooner that you get your representation in place and your counsel, the better.